I'm like, why the hell is he going there? All of a sudden, he takes the cloth off this massive machine, and bro, I was like, what the hell is this? He just whacked out a transformer out of nowhere.
Right. Hello and welcome to another show of SKP. Today we have a guest. He's my best friend for 10 plus years. He's currently studying medicine, but is widely into fashion. He has his own YouTube channel teaching you about medical conditions that are easy to understand for med school, and is a millionaire in the making. Wajahat Mughal.
Yay!
You good, brother?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
What you been up to?
Honestly, a bit of everything. Just been trying
What's
so many
quarantine
new
saying
things.
for you, man?
Quarantine's a blessing, honestly.
Yeah?
It's been good for me. If I wasn't in quarantine, I'd be in hospitals every day right now. But
I'm mad.
I've been studying for my exams, but luckily, well, or unluckily, it's all been cancelled. So I got a
Oof.
lot of free time now to do the things I want to do. It was good.
Yes. We love that. Alright, let's delve into how we met.
Oh,
So,
when did we
what
meet?
year
Year
would this
three,
would
middle
have been?
March.
Year 3, middle March. Playing in school. Do you remember our first encounter?
No, you have to remind me.
Dude, I do not know. Do you, do
It,
do you
that
remember
was
all the
definitely
times? Oh, go on.
what was that 14 years ago?
Holy smoke. More.
Something like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, long time. I don't remember it at all.
Middle March. Year 3, middle March. I do remember distinctively in year 7 though, where we did become really, really, really close mates.
Yeah, that's because there weren't too many people from Middlemarch that ended up going to George Eliot. It was
Nah,
like a handful at max. So
handful of
like
people.
yeah, because all of our friends from Middlemarch they ended up going to Eton. A lot
Eto,
of them.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember?
There's
Do you
quite a
do you
lot of
remember
people.
both our names mixed together?
Shamwaj.
Shamwaj,
Wait,
classic
who came up
Shamwaj.
with that first?
French teacher or tutor, Miss Pickering. Remember?
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
those were
man.
good times, man.
Had more than 10 years, bro.
We
ten
would sit next
years.
to each other in every lesson.
Every lesson.
Every
Without
lesson.
fail, with those
Yeah.
dictionaries.
You don't ever. I'm never looking in a dictionary again after that.
For the people that don't know about French dictionaries, you will never find out about French dictionaries.
That's gonna
And
that
if you
hits
know,
your
you know.
reputation. Yeah,
If
if
you
you know,
know,
you
you
know.
know. If you don't
Keep
know, then
keep
don't worry.
keep it that way. Keep it that way.
Alright, man. And then what happened after school? You went you went to rugby.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
went
I
to
went to
rugby.
rugby for 2 years. Yeah, and then
Tell us your
after that,
journey. Go on.
yeah. So I after high school, 5 years, year 11. So normally the majority of students from our school, they went to like what one of three sixth forms or colleges really,
Yeah.
maybe four. And everyone pretty much went there. But to be honest, I found that like academically they weren't really the best. They were all
Mm.
right, but they weren't like the top in the country or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But we because of where we are in the Midlands, there's still quite a lot of opportunity to go like outwards really.
Yeah.
And rugby is pretty notorious for having good schools, like good sixth forms, like so I looked into it. My parents looked into it. We actually got
We looked
advised
into
to,
it. Do you remember?
yeah, we looked into it. We actually got advised by one of our biology teachers. I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Green
Miss
that
Green,
told
yeah.
us at parents' evening or something. Anyway, my mum went. My mum afterwards was so fixated on me going there. There was no way I was not gonna go anywhere else. So I went there, and to be honest, it was a good. I think it was a good thing. So it was a boys' school, so
Yeah.
that took some getting used to. And also like I didn't have anyone going there with me either. So that
I
took
know,
some getting
man.
used to.
Waj lone wolfed it. I backed out of it. That place wasn't for me. Waj
Yeah.
went down the medical
No. So
route. Little
why
smart
did you
boy.
why did you not go for it in the end? I
I
always
think it was
wondered.
just logistics of going there, man. Going there, coming back, constant.
So someone who went on a train to London every day
I
talks
know,
about the
man. I
logistics
know,
of going to
man.
rugby.
I
Rugby is
know.
on your way to London as well, is it not? Is it not the first stop
Yo,
on the train?
I didn't. It is the first off of the chain. I did
Yeah,
not know I'd be going even to London. To be honest, life
yeah,
just
that's
pans
true.
out in weird ways,
Yeah,
man. And then where to,
yeah,
man? Manchester.
yeah. So then afterwards, as like pretty much everyone who knows me, I was pretty much always going to go down the medical route.
Hmm.
That was like my dream. I
Waj
was
from
always
year
like,
three. I'm gonna be a neurosurgeon.
yeah, pretty much. I think I was always like academically decent in
Yeah,
science.
100%.
Probably always going to go down that route anyway. Um, so then picking a field that's like financially good, good job security, giving back to society, science involved, helping people, kind of just picked itself really. Um, so yeah, I applied for university. Manchester was my first choice. Um, I considered applying to London, but to be honest, um, I considered going for Oxford and Cambridge after I got my results,
Yeah.
because I did all right. So I was thinking about it, but I think for me, Manchester just ticked every box really.
Ticked
Um,
every single box.
Yeah, it ticked every box. I have no regrets. So yeah, since then I've been in Manchester for 4 years now and going to start my
Jeez.
fifth and final year soon.
Fifth and final year of medicine.
Yeah, fifth
Waj
and
always
final
used to on
year.
about, we talk about being like a neurosurgeon from a
Yeah,
young age, man. All of our friends know
yeah.
this. They could have told
Do
you
you
what
know?
Waj would have been, doctor, and then it changed your mind, didn't it? Changed your mind.
Yeah. So do you know what? One of my friends just told me that like 2 days ago that so they did a study on people who wanted to go into medicine and be doctors in the future, and they
Yeah.
found that like 90% of them wanted to be neurosurgeons.
Oh wow.
But they then compared it to people who were already in medical school, and they found
Yeah.
that that percentage dropped significantly. Yeah.
Could imagine, man. The
So
brain,
yeah,
the
I
brain is
related
a
to that.
weird
That's
place.
exactly what happened to me. Exactly what happened to me. I think my whole life I was like, oh yeah, neurosurgery sounds awesome. I'm gonna do that. But in the end, I just decided not for me.
And we've caught up recently. Now you're just finding different avenues,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you've got
100%.
time. What the let the people know. What are the few avenues that you're looking towards?
So like, do you mean like what I've been doing in my time, like other things that I've wanted to do
No, no,
unrelated to
like down.
medicine?
No, related to medicine. Like you figured out you didn't really want to do neurosurgery, or be a
Oh yeah, yeah.
neurosurgeon.
So
So what else are you looking into?
yeah. Oh right. So with medicine, as you may know, there's like loads of different fields that you can go into. Imagine every
Hmm.
single organ of your body's got a different speciality. So like in medical school, especially when we go into our clinical years when we're based in hospitals and not really a university anymore,
Hmm.
we spend like 4 to 6 weeks on every single specialty essentially, just rotating through them all.
Yeah,
Um, so I've kind of got to see what every specialty is like because every single one's so different.
yeah.
So I've I've kind of I haven't really had one call out to me. You know, like some people are like, oh yeah, I really want to be like I really want to go into orthopedics, you know, I really like that, or I really want to go into obs and gynae or whatever.
Mm.
That never really happened to me. So what I've done instead is I've just decided to cancel out all the fields that I don't like, and then just come up with a small list. So I found out a few ones that I do like.
Yeah.
Ophthalmology is one of them.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I like eye surgery. It's pretty cool. They're
Eye
quite short
surgery.
surgeries. Yeah, you don't need to stand up for so long. You can sit down and do surgeries.
You can
It's got,
chill. You can chill and relax.
yeah, you've got a good work-life balance with it as well. It's pretty much 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Um, But again, it's got some cons as well. Like ophthalmologists don't really feel like proper doctors once they've
Nah,
been
yeah,
qualified because they're just in such a niche little area. But
yeah.
like everyone's got to do something. So I'm
Man, we were
slowly
talking
figuring out
about,
what's calling to me. Yeah.
yeah, we've been catching up like quite a lot. So this is like during quarantine, we've spoken quite a lot, to be fair,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. I think
we had like
I've spoken
four,
to you more than anyone else.
yeah, literally more than my own family, like four
Yeah.
hour like calls. And yo, tell them about the your experience for the machine, that weird machine.
Oh, so you mean when I was in surgery, yeah?
In surgery, yeah.
Right. So I was on my I think I was on my oncology, my cancer placement, right? So
Yeah,
this is a week that I had to do in the Christie Cancer Hospital in Manchester.
yeah,
And so when I was there, like what we have to do is we have every week we have to go to a certain number of like clinics and theaters and stuff. So I went to
right,
this cancer surgery. So in the morning I had to go there at like 7 in the morning, go meet the patient that I'm going to go see in theatre later on, get consent from her to be there in the operating theatre and stuff. So I was like, okay, did all of that. Met up with the surgeon as well after, got changed into my scrubs and everything, and yeah, I went to theatre and I'm just expecting them to do like a normal kind of operation, open up the abdomen and whatever,
yeah, yeah.
do their thing and
Normal,
then leave,
normal.
close up and leave, right? Normal. That's how every other surgery that I've seen is gone.
Why'd you
So
talk like it's a corner shop? Open up and close up.
yeah, yeah, open up, do the thing, close up, dip.
Do the
That's
thing.
how it normally is. Yeah, so
Legend.
I'm just like getting ready. I'm standing like the patients fall asleep now. Like, everyone's introduced each other in the operating theatre. Like I'm ready, to help out. Hold an instrument here or there, or do whatever I have to do. Then so I'm waiting for the surgeon to do his thing, and all of a sudden he just essentially literally just walks to the corner of the room. I'm like, where are you going, mate? Where are you going?
Wait, well, let
The
me pause
patient
you. Let me
isn't.
pause you. Let me pause you. You have to say it
Go
how
on,
you
go on.
told me. You have to say how you told me.
Well, how did I tell you? I've
Continue.
forgotten.
Continue. How you saw it. How
So
you saw it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just looking at this Donny going into the corner of the room, and he's got a massive cloth over this machine, and to be honest, in the operating theatre, there's so many machines everywhere, you don't really pay attention
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
I was just basically paying attention to this lady like in the room, like just waiting
About
for
to get
him to cut
operated
her
on.
open. Yeah, man.
Oh
I'm
man.
like, why is this guy going into the corner? There is quite a big operating theatre as well. I'm like, why the hell is he going there? All of a sudden, he takes the cloth off this massive machine, and bro, I was like, what the hell is this? He just whacked out a transformer out of nowhere. Honestly, he brings it out of
Transformer.
nowhere, and all of a sudden, what he does is he sits in this machine. It's like a crane essentially. He sits inside of it, turns it on, bro, and these arms just come out of the ceiling, and
Bro.
they do, and these arms, right? Each one of these arms has got a surgical instrument attached to it, and he's controlling it with his crane, and he does the surgery through that in the
Yo.
corner of the room. I was amazed.
The
That was the first
precision. The
time.
precision.
Yeah, the precision, honestly, insane. You don't need a wobbly hand to be a surgeon anymore. You just need to be able to operate a crane, bro.
A
Get get your
crane.
get your crane registrations done now, lads.
Yo, on their CVs to become like doctors and stuff, they'd be like, "Did you play games?" So you have good control of the remote
Yeah,
control
hundred
and stuff.
percent, 100%. That's all it was. It was literally just pedals. You just had pedals on there that were just moving
Mad.
these and a little joystick. I was like, wow,
Yo,
man's playing
the
Pac-Man.
advancements of technology have gone crazy
I
now,
know, I
right?
know, I know. That was my first experience in robotic surgery. It's pretty cool.
It was it
Robotics are
interesting to
cool.
see. Like, was it like you said, you didn't expect it whatsoever. Did
But
you?
to be honest, that was like super interesting. But like, I
Yeah,
think the actual surgery, like one I've already seen that same kind of surgery before, so I kind
right.
of knew all the things that he was doing. He was like
Yeah, yeah,
removing lots of. It was a cancer
yeah.
surgery, so he was trying to remove a tumor. Um,
Right.
I think for the first time, once you see it, it's pretty cool. But like once you've
Ah, you just
considered it
get
like a
used to
lot of
it, right?
times, yeah, yeah, it's the same really, the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all a madness now. With
Yeah,
technology, like we'll talk about technology. In fact, like 5G's coming out, VR now. Yeah,
no,
we've talked
technology
about
is
this
amazing.
so much now,
The
haven't we?
the exponential like growth of technology I find insane. Like the fact that I'm
Yeah,
even just using 4G right now to record this podcast. That
it's
imagine if you
crazy.
said that about 10 to 15 years ago, you'd be like, "What on earth are you
You'd
talking
be like,
about?
what?
That's not possible."
You'd be like,
Yeah,
come round my house.
yeah, it would be unbelievable. But yeah, I'm amazed by how quickly it's changing.
100%, man. Like the rapid changes. We were talking about this with all the boys as well, right? Like
Yeah.
the rapid development of, because we were talking about how like even like 10 years ago almost, or like
Hmm.
when did the first iPhone come out? Probably like 2000.
2010?
Yeah, like something around then,
Oh no, no, it'd be earlier than
and
that, surely.
earlier 2007, I believe, and then
Yeah.
this. So that's been like 13 years. Imagine another 13 years of what it's gonna be like. We're gonna be
I can't
like
I can't
probably not
imagine
even
it.
on this planet anymore, bro.
I can't imagine it. I literally can't. I think Elon Musk saying we've got what 20 years before we have to leave this planet, or he's going to try something in the next
Hey
20
yo,
years.
Waj, Waj,
We'll see.
Waj. What do you think about Neuralink, man?
Oh, Neuralink sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. The
Yo, I
fact that
feel
you
like we
could
should have
have,
recorded this podcast like when we were actually talking about this for real,
yeah,
because
honestly,
we were saying
Neuralink
some
sounds,
mad stuff, man.
it sounds so awesome. The fact that you could have like AI, like do it, making you see again. People who are blind who can see finally, and people who can't hear can finally hear, and people who can't taste can finally taste. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so Neuralink is a essentially like putting a computer inside your brain, and tell them what you think it is, like what you
Yeah, so
understand about it.
essentially, like in your brain, you've got a number of different nerves that send signals to do different actions, and essentially, if you put a computer that can control them all,
He's a
uh,
doctor. He knows this.
yeah, if you put a computer, some sort of artificial intelligence that can mimic these signals that are sent by these nerves, you could technically like see again, because essentially, what
Yeah,
what sight is just light coming into your eye and then getting converted into a signal that your brain
yeah,
interprets. If
yeah,
you
exactly.
if you have some sort of computer that can interpret these signals, and you don't even need nerves anymore. You can
Yo,
just put a computer in, and you can see better
when
than 2020 vision.
yeah, exactly. When will it be the time where okay, Elon Musk is planning to help people that already have problems, right?
Mm,
When is it going to become available that people voluntary like they volunteer to take their eyes out for this new eye or this new Neuralink that will allow them to see better? Like it's going to be soon, man.
well, he says that in 10 years. Did he say 10 years?
10,
Which
20, yeah,
seems
man.
it seems unreal to me that people would do that within 10 years. But
In
the
our
fact that
lifetime, basically.
yeah, I think yeah, in our lifetime it's going to be a thing. It could be a thing.
It
That sounds
definitely it will be a thing. Testing, testing.
testing, testing.
Perfect. Yeah, so we just had a little technical difficulty. It can't be a good podcast without a little technical difficulty. So what were we talking about? We're talking about little cheetah legs and stuff, yeah? How people are probably going to change their own legs for new technology, and regarding that to the Neuralink, and how people will start to take out their own eyeballs and replace them essentially, or drill a inch diameter hole in their head and place this computer inside their heads. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
what do you think about
essentially.
that? Do you see? Go on.
But people already do that now.
Yeah,
There's like these probes that you can put in your head,
yeah.
and they can help like with the release of like certain chemicals in your brain, and that can
Okay.
help people with like loads of different conditions already. That it's already a thing right now.
Oh man. And
Yeah,
what
my
are those
like one of
conditions? Yeah, go on.
yeah, like one of my uncles has recently had it.
Okay.
So so he's got Parkinson's, and in Parkinson's, it's characterized by having quite a low level of dopamine.
Okay.
Yeah, which is some chemical that helps with movement, and it's also helpful in reward and feeling good and stuff as well. But it's really
Right.
important in movement. In
Mm,
Parkinson's, people have a lot of trouble with their moving. And
correct.
so he had surgery, and they put some probe in his head. He's got a massive scar on his head. They put a probe into your brain, and it helps to release like more of this dopamine chemical,
Oh
and
wow.
that helps
So
with that's helped him with his movement.
so is it helping release, or does this probe release? It helps release, correct?
Yeah,
Interesting. It's such a interesting world that we're living in now, where things are very artificial.
yeah. So there you go. We've already kind of got it already. It just needs to be
Yeah,
advanced and developed more so it
advanced.
can be used for other things.
100%.
Yeah.
Talking of Elon Musk, man, what do you think of his baby's name?
Um. What? How do you pronounce the name again?
Bro, it's like X
X Ash.
Ash A dash 12.
No, what does that stand for? Archangel 12 or something?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the plane.
yeah. The plane, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
personally, I would name my child something a bit more.
go on, man.
I'd
You're
give
going
them a
down the route of
name.
baby names, man.
Nah, I'd give them a name of like with I don't know some sort of deep meaning. But
Meaning.
yeah, but I feel like that level of meaning is a bit too far-fetched for me.
Far fetched, man.
Yeah,
That's like calling my kid like Aventador SV. Like
yeah.
you just don't do
Honestly,
it.
but
You just don't do it.
I guess everyone's got their own opinion on whatever they want to do. Honestly, I don't really
100%.
care that much. Let him call his child whatever he wants.
What? Now due to this quarantine, there's been a lot of challenges via Instagram, and I mean, you wouldn't really call it a challenge, but I remember you put in your favorite music albums. Do you
Oh
remember what
yeah,
they
yeah, I
were?
remember.
What were
Yeah,
they?
they were Yeezus by Kanye West. Um, they were All American Badass by Joey Badass.
Jeez,
Um, I did Antidote, Travis Scott, and
Travis,
what was the
man.
last one? What was the last one that I did? Hmm,
It was such a
I can't
difficult choice. It was
I can't
such a
remember.
difficult choice.
Yeah, it was so difficult because there's so and well the music me and you have grown up with is like been amazing. There's so many albums that you could have. There's so many
Yo,
artists you could have
what?
just put in that
So
category.
artists, yeah, yeah. Watch the
Yeah,
Throne, Blueprint, Black Album,
yeah.
Yeezus, like
you're a massive Jay-Z fan. You could easily just put
huge,
four
man.
Jay-Z albums in there.
All of his, yeah, yeah, all of his albums, man.
Yeah,
Now it's
easily.
been
Yeah,
Ramadan, so you haven't been listening to music because
yeah.
you're
I haven't
good.
listened to music in over a month.
That's crazy.
Not
That's
even not
crazy.
anything. Even your even on your on your YouTube video
Yeah.
when it got to the Drake bit, I skipped it.
Is it?
Yeah, I
Because you
skipped
didn't
it.
want to hear it.
Don't want to
You did
hear it.
not want to hear it.
No. So I'm gonna
So,
wait.
so now, are you excited? Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Are
But
you
I'm gonna wait. I'm
excited?
gonna wait. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record my reaction to it live.
Waj is now a YouTuber.
No, I'm not a YouTuber yet, but I've been thinking about it for a while actually.
Yeah,
I guess I am kind of a YouTuber in the sense that I have
you
YouTube
are.
videos, but they're educational YouTube
Said it
videos.
in my
I'm not really
introduction.
I'm not really a vlogger type like you are,
I know, bro.
but it's something I'm
It
interested in.
takes
I'm interested in
takes a
it.
certain type of person to do it, man. It's not as easy as it seems. You take that first
No, I
video,
can
you look
imagine.
back on there, bro. You're like, what am I? You're like, what
Yeah,
am
I can
I?
imagine. I bet at the start it feels really unnatural.
Bro, like when you start recording, you don't even like recognize your own voice. You're like, you, like what? Like this is how I
Yeah,
sound. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. So I've kind of got
Uh,
used to that now because of the videos that I've made. Like
yeah,
I voice over them. Um, but I feel like just like holding a camera up to your face and recording it would
bro,
seem so
it's the
unnatural. You might be able to
weirdest.
do it. You might be able to do it for a few seconds for a Snapchat or
Yeah, that's
something that
it.
you've
That's
been
it.
used to. But but to be able to do it continuously for like a long period of time and talk the
Yo,
whole time as
and
well.
in front of people as well, is the most like nerve-wracking thing. But you know what? I think it's
Yeah,
2020. We've come to a point where this is normal. Like people are making TikToks. Why'd you be making some TikToks?
yeah,
Yo, and
yeah. I have.
people like I think they're slowly starting to accept if you do it in public. I've done it in public a few times, but you're just like thinking, hey yo, this is so weird. There's no one else holding a camera up to their face, talking
Yeah, it's
aloud,
true. It's true.
and mumbling about what they're ever mumbling about.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, man, you should get on this YouTube game. And it's so crazy how
yeah.
I think they've done a survey. Like most kids now want to become like YouTubers and stuff instead of like
No way, really.
professions like accountants. And yeah, it's a tricky avenue to go down because then you never know, it could get saturated so much.
I think it is getting to that level already right now.
Yeah, 100%. Like you need a certain amount of subscribers, certain amount of hours played,
Yeah.
and then the pay per click isn't
So,
even
so
that
was it like that
much.
before? But when YouTube first became monetized, what were the
Mm.
rules at the start?
I don't really remember the rules at the very start because I don't know. This has been open till like YouTube has been a thing maybe since 2005, six. I
Mm,
don't know when they added in the monetization of it. But these ads are like you're getting paid pennies, quite literally, per click.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like it is, you need a lot of views,
yeah.
and it's all about the content of your videos. Like YouTube and their Google and their like whole algorithms and their technologies to actually find what you're talking about
Hmm.
in a video. Like, how do you think they make the live captions at the bottom? They're constantly just going through your videos, checking what you're
They've
talking
got smart
about,
people
and
working on it.
exactly. And if you then mention something to do with things that Americans don't like or something that goes against the government, that's it, man. Your video is getting buried. Like, you're not getting any views. And
Mm,
it's weird. Like, it also with like Facebook or like Instagram, when you talk,
yeah,
you randomly get ads.
yeah. That is so interesting.
Like,
It,
but how do you see it? Do you see it as invasive or do you see it as helpful?
um, I think it's both really, because
Mm,
the at times you probably do think that you don't really have your own space or your own freedom really, because
yeah,
you're constantly being monitored. Um, I think there's like a fine balance that you have to have with it. Like I know a lot of people right now are getting completely frustrated with lockdown, and they feel
yeah,
like they're being controlled essentially, and that's kind of the same thing that's been happening behind the scenes on
yeah,
Facebook and Google. They constantly track you. They know where you are. There's
exactly.
I mean the whole time that you've got a phone with you, you're being tracked even if the screen's off. You could lock
Yeah,
the screen, but your phone is still communicating
tracked.
with your phone is still communicating with like towers nearby
Yeah,
or your
exactly,
Wi-Fi router
exactly.
and stuff.
Pinging every time.
Yeah, the amount of data that they have on you, I can't even imagine. But I guess
Fathom, man.
it's
Yeah,
also helpful as well, though, isn't it? So I think
100%.
it's, to answer your question, probably a bit of both, I guess.
Bit of both. Yeah, man. I think it's quite helpful. It's a lot of data involved, man. You don't exactly know what's being put out there of your data and
No,
whether it could be used against you or like manipulated in a certain way.
yeah,
But I think for the most part, like for example, if you're talking about something, you're most likely have an interest in that, correct? Like we're not going to be talking about, I don't know, something that we're not interested about on this podcast, for example. So if my phone's picking that
yeah,
up, like I'm not mad. Like if we talk about Teslas, if we talk about space, if we talk about like Lamborghinis, like and that shows me ads to do with that, I won't say I'm too mad about it, bro.
yeah. I think it
But
can
yeah,
be it like let's say, but I think it can become quite difficult when you're talking about controversial subjects.
oh,
Um,
100%.
yeah. So if I started talking about religion or something, and then something
Yeah,
happens, then it can
100%, man.
and it can get sticky. I see what you mean. Yeah, like I said, I think it's helpful, but also there is
Yeah.
a part of it that's like, how much privacy do I actually have now? Probably not anything at all.
Nothing. Absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
So, talking
So
of religion, though, how you been handling this Ramadan?
yeah, it's going quite well. I'm so hungry right now, but that's because I've got that's because I've got like an hour and a half to go. But yeah, it's going quite well.
Yeah.
The first few days I always find quite tricky.
Mm.
But that's because there's no like routine, or especially of waking
Yeah.
up at 3 in the morning and then going to sleep again. Um,
Yeah.
well, once you get into a routine, it's not too bad. Like now we're in the last 10 days. It's going to be a week to go till the Eid, so it's just counting down the days now. Really, just making the most
Big
of it.
celebrations then, yeah.
Yeah, lockdown celebrations.
Lockdown
Lockdown
celebrations.
celebrations.
Let the people know what you eat when you can eat.
So you can eat from before sunrise to just after sunset. So with the current timings, that's around 3:15 a.m. and
Right.
all the way until 8 no 9 p.m. today. I think it's 9:01 or something,
Yeah.
9:02. So it's
Yeah.
quite a long period of the day, but that's because it's summer. Obviously in winter, sunrise and
Yeah.
sunset is quite shorter. But it's also no food and no water. And that
No
does make it
water.
really tricky. Yeah, that makes it really tricky.
Can
So
imagine, man.
yeah, in the mornings, usually way too early to eat anything heavy. So I tend to stick to cereal, Weetabix,
Nice. Yeah, I was
sometimes
about to say, what are you eating on your
yeah,
cereals?
yeah,
What are you putting
Weetabix,
on those Weetabix, Wedge?
Weetabix. To be honest, just plain Weetabix
Just
does the trick.
Weetabix.
Yeah,
Love that. Love that.
every now and then Weetabix minis, the chocolate chip ones.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll usually have like some Belvita biscuits,
Okay.
maybe some fruit, and as much water as I possibly can get in.
Yeah, bro. You're in the toilet
And
every like 10 minutes or so.
yeah, honestly, that's what happens sometimes. But then you realize in the morning that all of that hard work, getting all of that water in you, doesn't mean anything at all.
It doesn't mean anything, man.
And you wake up
If anything,
when
it's probably worse.
you wake up in the morning with a dry mouth, and you're like, Lord, please make this day easy for me. So
What
yeah,
are you eating at night time?
at night time, we've been mixing it up quite a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, yesterday I made pasta, so we all had
Oi,
pasta to eat.
nice.
Yeah,
Wad is a chef. You're a
yeah.
chef.
No, I'm not definitely nowhere near chef. Nowhere near chef. Anything but a chef. But I've been trying. I've been trying to cook some different foods. I put a
Yeah.
couple of them on my TikTok. Um, I've
Where
had
can they find you on TikTok, Wedge?
at Wajmug, Wajmug.
Carry on.
Yeah, some of them have been really good. The ones on TikToks have been big successes. Some of them absolutely are never going anywhere near TikTok. Yeah, so I actually tried to make churros a couple of like a week or so ago.
Oh, mad.
Honestly,
How did that pan out?
they tasted amazing. Appearance wise, no one deserves to look at churros like that.
You might as well look down a toilet in it, bro.
Honestly, it looked like it belonged in the toilet.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah,
That's nasty.
yeah.
Nah, man.
So I've been learning. I've
Yo,
been learning. What about you? Have you tried anything?
yo, man. If you look on my YouTube, I make a bomb ass breakfast. 2 eggs on toast with ketchup on it,
Hmm.
with an orange and banana by its side and orange juice. That's
Hmm.
all I need, bro.
That's a classic. That's a classic.
Nah. I definitely want to delve into cooking. We've talked about this before, man. There's just some things that you don't want to do, and it'll be one of those things when I get enough money, I'm definitely gonna have a chef.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were calculating how much it would cost to have a chef.
We were calculating this, and good old Select was it Aaron? And then he was like,
I
"Oh
can't
no,
remember
it's
one of
fine,
them.
it's fine." Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he's
Aaron
like,
said it was
"Oh, the
fine. Aaron
price
said
is
it was fine.
fine."
Yeah,
I was like, "Where you get your money from, Aaron?"
yeah. I think it's like one of those things where you just want to get rid of the time that you spend cooking, the time that you spend cleaning, the
Yeah,
time that you
man.
spend ironing your clothes.
That's it. That's
You
it,
want to
bro.
just utilize that time to your benefit, don't you? Do the things that you really
You want to
enjoy.
live that. I think when you have like aspirational goals, you always constantly think about time. Like,
Yeah,
where can I save time?
yeah.
Where can I allocate my time?
Yeah, well, the thing is, time's the most precious commodity. Like, once
That's 100%.
once it's gone, it's gone. You want to make the most of it, don't you? We're only here for
Yeah,
a
like
finite amount of time, so make the most of it.
make the most of it exactly. And Waj, man, we've had a little discussion about how to utilize your time, but in a way where you don't burn out. So let the people know what you've been going through, bro.
Yeah, so to be honest, it's not something that I've just been going through now, actually. It's something that I've been going through
Yeah,
since school, really. Um,
mad,
yeah,
yeah.
like fully burning out. And I think that's because, like, especially during A levels, like I just was so motivated to
Mm,
perform well academically, and I put so many hours and so much like hard work into getting the best grades I
yeah,
could, that once I'd finished my exams, I burnt out completely. It probably took me a year or so to recover, which is
that's yeah,
unbelievable.
man.
Yeah. So
Which carry on.
it kind of put like gives you a feeling of, was it really? I mean, was it worth it fully? I mean, of course it was worth it because I got into medical
Of course
school.
it was worth
But I mean,
it. Yeah,
long term wise, it is doing is performing in this sort of way like worth it when it damages
beneficial.
you?
Yeah,
Like, it's so harmful.
yeah, 100%.
And recently, I've
And
just
I
been going through it
think,
again.
yeah, we were talking about this actually,
Yeah,
like the burnout of because we're wanting to be like something. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like we discussed. I discussed it in my last podcast. It's fine if you want to, you know, have like 20K, 30K, and just be chilling.
Hmm.
But if you want the millions, the billions, like it takes constant grind every single day to
Yeah,
like
exactly,
work hard.
exactly.
That burnout, I think it's it shows that you're actually working hard. I think if you don't burn out, then are you really like stretching your legs? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. I think it's really important to like try and find that perfect balance so that you're at
Balance.
the edge of burnout, but you don't actually burn
Yeah,
out.
actually burn out.
That
Yeah,
would be perfect. That would be perfect. That'd be like working at your optimum because you could just
yeah.
carry
We
that
what?
on forever and ever and ever. That'd
Yeah,
be perfect.
bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that just reminded me of
I
like
need to figure that out.
science science classes where you're finding the optimum.
Yeah, honestly, that's literally what it is.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah,
I remember in December, like I was just trying to work so hard to just pass my
yeah,
exams, just constantly every single day learning content, just cramming it in. And honestly, once you've finished, like it's you just are so drained, like mentally
mm,
drained from like all of that effort that you put in. That you struggle to get to that same level again, and it takes a long time before you can.
yeah, man. So what have you been doing trying to recover from this burnout that you've had?
So I just try and like detox my way out of like I think basically consuming content is like
Yeah,
what one thing that just like reduces my motivation so much.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
I don't know what it is. Like maybe these people who like make TikTok have like figured out the most optimum way of extracting dopamine per minute from
It is, it
people.
is, no, no, let me stop you there. It's literally that. These people at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, they hire like addiction experts to
Yeah,
essentially like make you addicted to their platform because then that's what creates the most money via ad revenue and stuff.
yeah, probably. So like it's
And
like
and
so like
that's what
when
it
these
is that dopamine kick every single time where you're refreshing or you're looking at a story and it's got like a circular ring that's going round and round someone's face and you really want to click
yeah,
it and you got these
yeah.
red badges of notifications constantly on your phone. I
Yeah, and all
mean,
these numbers and everything, like it's so harmful. Like whenever I would like, let's say if I ever started watching and watching and watching 20, 30 minutes later, I just
Yeah,
wouldn't have that same motivation to go and do some of the productive stuff because it just doesn't give me the same dopamine release as watching a
that's what
TikTok does. You
that's
know what I mean?
yeah, 100%, man. And that's why like I try and keep that balance of in the mornings, let's try and not go on my phone first thing in the morning. Let's
Yeah.
wake up like within 5 seconds. Like I saw this thing where I think it was Tony Robbins' wife, and she talked about
Hmm.
like the 5 second rule of when you wake up, count down from five like it's a rocket. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Yeah, and do that in the morning, and that will get your day like started. Yeah, because
Oh, really? I
you
should try
kind of
that.
feel it. Yeah, you kind of feel it when you do that. Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast
Yeah.
off. Like
Yeah.
feel this rush of energy.
Yeah.
So that in the morning, and also at night time, like those windows, just after bed and just before bed.
Hmm.
Like try not to go on your phone too much, and I think using it to a point where it's a tool rather than like a consuming device where you're constantly just on TikTok, like on these social medias. Like you could be YouTube as well. Like I even tweeted, I don't watch TV, but don't get it twisted. Like I rinse YouTube. Like I'm on that
Yeah.
every single day, watching it for hours and hours.
Yeah.
And now I've just like turned off all notifications on my social medias, so I'll get no like badges, no notifications. Like if someone needs me, really needs me, they'll ring me. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And if they haven't got my number, then why do you need me? Type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I
Hmm.
think just like doing things that stop that dopamine drain and actually detoxing. Have you done anything similar to that as well, or?
Yeah. So on my phone, I've got screen time set up. So
Yeah, yeah.
basically, once I hit 1 hour, that's it. I don't use any social media for the rest of the day.
But you know the
Um,
password, don't you, to it, Wedge? You can easily
yeah,
bypass that.
yeah, you can, but like the fact that it's a barrier in place already kind of stops me.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's 100% limited the amount of time that I spend on it.
Do you
That
find it really
works for me.
helps?
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
Just because also I can like keep track of like, oh look, I've got 15 minutes left of social media use. I'm not
Oh,
gonna go on
okay.
it. Yeah, like it gives you a
Like
notification
you
like
kind
how
of
much time
ration
you've got
it.
left. Yeah, you can kind of ration it, and then that kind of helps prevent you from, because it's so easy to just like end up just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's so
Bro.
easy.
Everyone right
Um,
now, pause this podcast, go on your settings, yeah, go and look at your screen time, and you'll be surprised. You'll be
yeah,
surprised how much time you spend on these apps, and you don't even realize it because
yeah,
these
100%.
people are so good at getting you like addicted to these apps so they can make money.
Yeah, so that screen time's really worked for me. That's helped me limit my use
Like
so much.
actually knowing about it.
Yeah, definitely give
That's
that a go.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So so how do you find that rocket waking up in the morning routine? How does that work for you? Is it going
Bro,
well?
bro. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's so I have one alarm. Yeah, one
Just
alarm.
one.
Six, just one.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
good.
6:45.
Hmm.
That's it. Yeah, because I know then if I have 1, 2, 3 alarms, I'm going back in bed. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like I'm going back in bed. So what I do is, so the alarm goes off. I turn. It's obviously on my phone. Turn it off. Put on my watch, and I have blackout curtains, so I open
Hmm.
my curtains. I've got blinds as well, so it's not direct sunlight coming into my eyes straight away, but it's like light. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
That obviously helps you wake up, gets you more energized. It lets your body know that the day is starting, and then yeah, just go and carry on with my day. Keep it scheduled. Try and stick to
Yeah.
it as much as possible. Obviously you'll find days where you may go over a little bit, whether it be like editing a video or talking to friends, or do you know what I mean?
Do whatever. Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I found like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even just saying that just gives you like this rush of energy,
Yeah.
which I think
And
is kind of like artificial in a way, but it obviously helps you.
Yeah.
100%.
Are you waking up at the same time every day as well?
Yeah, bro, because you need routine.
No, that's
That
so good. That's so
routine.
good. That's
Like,
something that I
and
really
it,
want to work on.
but the thing is, the tricky thing is when, if I'm going out and I come back at 12, then I have like six. I don't have like 7 hours, maybe 6 hours of sleep, and yeah, it does pay off like in terms of like your energy levels. However, you kind of recoup that because I make sure I get like a good solid 7 to 8 hours
Yeah.
because sleep, like you know this as well, like
Yeah,
it's so
yeah,
important, so
yeah.
important. And ever
I
since I
think,
started doing that, actually, I've started
uh-huh.
having like the craziest dreams, man. Like just amazing dreams where I would
We
like I
won't
was
go into the
explaining.
details.
They're not like that, Wedge. They're not like that. Yeah, like hold on. Let me just quickly find out my notes.
Go
Yo,
on.
there's some of the
So you've been writing them
things. Yeah.
down?
So I had a restaurant dream. Yeah. All I
Yeah.
wrote this was as soon as I woke up. Dark red soft sofa style seats, large white candles, gold trimmings, very grand, widespread, London slash New York high rise slash city view. And then I put, it was me and Ian trying to find boys' changing rooms in the city, but we accidentally went into a hospital ward. Then we went into the girls' one. Then I
Okay.
found me and Ian and me and Ian found Select, Waj, Aaron, and Pinder. So yeah, bro, you were my
Oh,
dream
no
as
way.
well.
We were in your dream.
Yeah, bro. And then um, we went into like this massive like theater style like change of view. I don't know how to describe it. Like, and it was just massive. And there was like loads of people performing,
Yeah.
and I think you lot stayed, and I went, and then I met my uni friends. This is still a dream, by the way. I met my uni friends, and we are still trying to find the boys' changing room. But then I went. I was like, me being me, I just walked off into like trying to find
You
this
love the
place,
changing rooms, don't you?
and then I went and I found this massive like restaurant. Like just think of like small New York apartments, right?
Yeah.
And like within that was this massive restaurant, yeah, high rise, and I was like, yo, this is actually possible. Like, if I become wealthy and stuff, I can make this actually a thing. And that's what I mean. Like, I had a dream last night as well. Like, me and Austin McBroom, you know, the guy from the Ace family.
Hmm.
Yeah, like me and him just chilling and like we are like playing football or something with his son. He doesn't even have a son like right now. At the recording of this podcast and video, like he doesn't have a son, but he's going to have a son. And just like these weird dreams just come out of nowhere, man. But
Where are you
yeah,
getting
like
these dreams from?
yo, I don't know, but I'm loving them, man. Like it makes me excited to go to sleep.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I
Yeah,
think going back to the point that it's so good that you've got that routine in your life.
yeah, bro. Like
Uh,
that's one thing I really advocate, like the routine. But
yeah,
some people like depending on their job or something, like it's difficult for them to gain a routine, right?
yeah.
Like you're working as well, yeah.
I think my problem with routine's been going on for like 3 to 4 years now. Like I've
But
struggled
you need to
to
go and see a doctor.
yeah, I know. I've struggled to like since school essentially to have any sort of routine at all because like
Yeah.
some days I'd have to be in for 7 in the morning, so I'd have to wake up
Mm.
super early. Some
Yeah.
days I'd have to be in not at all for the whole day. Some days I'd
Yeah.
be in at 10 o'clock, and because of that, it kind of it's I guess my own fault. I just kind of decide to sleep later or decide to sleep earlier based on whatever I have in the morning. But it shouldn't be like
Yeah.
that. I should
Nah.
just have a I should just have a time where I stick to every day. But
So yeah, so it's actually like it helps with the sanity apparently of yourself because to get deep and all of that, basically every person if they start to become lonely, they start to become insane. And what it is that human interaction almost like checks our sanity. So we'll do something. For example, I'll do something, and you'll be like, "Sham, nah," and that'll be like, "Cool." Like you checked me, you checked my sanity. you'll do
Hmm.
something. I'm like, Waj, nah, cool, I'll check
Hmm.
your sanity. Like, and that's what human interaction is. And when you have that checks your sanity as well as keeping a routine, making sure you're waking up at similar times so your body gets used to it, making sure you're eating at similar times so
Yeah.
your body gets used to it. Because when you then don't have those things, then the is it cortisol level, like the stress hormone,
Cortisol. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it raises up, and then you're like, okay, now I'm mad, now I'm hungry, now I'm gonna be like, hold on a second, where's my
Yeah.
food? Because your body's craving
Yeah.
for it. That's what I mean. You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
treat your body like a best friend. Like, you wouldn't leave your best friend starving, would you, man? You wouldn't leave your
No, of
best
course.
friend like just thirsty and like lack of sleep and all of these things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
you're like, it sounds like whatever, but you gotta treat yourself as like a best friend.
Yeah. 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 No, I agree. I think the last like 3 or 4 years I've probably been like this. I've probably just been, you know, wasting. Well, not necessarily wasting time, but like just prioritizing things in the wrong way.
Wrong way,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so like let's say if one of my friends wants to meet up, um, and it's like 11:30 at night, I would still go and meet up with
You'll be
them.
like,
Do you know what
yeah,
I mean?
but yo, when you're young, yeah, you know those times count.
Yeah,
You
you're
probably
right,
made a
you're right.
funny memory,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
I
when
have, I have.
when all of us like, were on like me and you were on like FaceTime till like 1. And we're
Yeah,
like, holy smokes! Like, when did it turn 1 o'clock? Like, where did this
yeah,
come
yeah,
from?
yeah,
And that's what I mean. With some things, it has a leeway. Yeah, like friends, family, and stuff. Like, to gain the most success, yeah, it's ideal you have like a routine and a schedule.
yeah,
But to gain satisfaction also out of life for what's now and present, is like friends, family, and like spending quality time
yeah,
with yourself and stuff. So yeah, I think like with everything, to be honest, with this whole world,
yeah.
what was it saying of, for every action is a positive or negative reaction or something similar like to that.
Something like
So
that.
it's all,
Yeah,
yeah, it's all a balance, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. No, no, I agree, I agree. I think once you find that balance that suits you perfectly, stick to it.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Talking of
So
keeping yourself and being best friends with yourself, obviously you would like to tell your best friend things and teach them. So Wad, you've got Medic's Guide out. Yo, I'm gonna be
yeah,
watching that. I've already shared
yeah.
your
Go for it.
videos. People are like,
Oh,
"What's
sweet.
this? Metaopolis, Tropolis, Dopolis." Yo, man, you're a smart lad. What books are you reading though? Let the people know what books you're reading or books you've read, because we've been talking about like having like that calendar that we saw, right? The picture, and like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
we've
yeah.
been exchanging which books are good and not. So tell the people which books you've been reading.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm reading Sapiens, like
Gang.
about halfway through it. It's to be honest, I haven't really been reading so much over the past few years, but I've
Yeah.
kind of just built it up slowly, slowly. So now I'm reading
Yeah.
regularly.
Yeah.
Um, I think maybe that's because I've just spent so much time like reading like scientific stuff all the time that I just never had
Which is
time to like,
which is more important in your field,
yeah.
especially like.
So I've never actually had time to. So I've always been reading, like
Yeah.
whether it be a textbook, whether it be something like it could be anything. But I've been reading something all the time. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
100%.
but over the past like maybe 1 or 2 years, I've just started to read books more. Um,
Okay.
so I think it started off by someone just buying me a book, then just started to read, got more into it, bought myself another book, started to read
Nice.
more. So yeah, I like it.
Love
Yeah,
that.
I've got quite a few books on like completely different topics as well. So
Yeah.
like before Sapiens, I was reading this book on secularism in Pakistan, like a completely random topic
Bro.
that most people will not be interested in at all. But I just
Yeah,
uh,
man.
found it interesting, picked it up, bought it, and I had a good read
Yo, for the boys, yeah. Gold Persia in
for the
Pakistan.
gold Peugeots in Pakistan. No, Pakistan's a great place. I think everyone listening to this podcast needs to go visit.
We'll go visit once this corona's died down. We'll go
Yeah,
visit.
awesome.
Yeah, when
Awesome.
players have become available, we'll go visit.
Awesome.
You'll be our tour guide, yeah?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I bet. Let the people know where they can find you, Wedge.
Yeah, they can
Instagram.
find me on Instagram, Wajmug, same as my TikTok, Wajmug. Um, yeah, and YouTube is the Medic's Guide. So yeah, share it and spread the word.
Spread the word, subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of those good things.
Everything, all of that, all of that, all of that.
And
Hit that
Wedge,
like button.
people will be seeing you in their nearest hospital, yeah?
Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not. You know, if you see me,
Yeah,
that's
true.
not a good thing. If you see me,
True,
that's not a
true.
good thing. I hope not to see you.
Love that.
But if it comes to it, you're in the right hands.
Oi, love that. Alright,
Yeah,
broski. Take care.
good to good to speak to you.
Peace out.